Welcome to part 3 in the Working with New Americans from Recruiting to Upskilling series. Today, we are taking our final step with a focus on managing and upskilling. For each section, the general approach is to identify potential barriers for new Americans, review potential cultural issues to be aware of, and we will then close with action steps or examples of best practices. My name is Anthony Sherwinski. I have supported new Americans with their integration journeys for over 10 years. Most of that time has been dedicated to supporting new Americans from over 40 countries and countless community-based organizations and employers with workforce integration. I have a bachelor's degree in political science and a master's degree in global community engagement and am a certified cultural intelligence facilitator. The Office of New Americans was created through House Bill 211150 in June of 2021. ONA is housed in the Colorado Department of Labor and Employment, and as you will see from our vision and mission, ONA's charge and authority spans beyond CDLE. ONA's vision is that all new Americans have equitable access to opportunity and well-being. ONA's mission is to facilitate the integration and inclusion of new Americans into Colorado's civic, economic, and social life. These data points are sourced from the Census Bureau's American Community Survey and analysis by the American Immigration Council. As of 2021, there are an estimated 570,273 foreign-born residents that live in Colorado. 81% of Colorado's foreign-born population are of working age, which outpaces the percentage of US-born Coloradans that are of working age. The spending power from foreign-born-led households in Colorado is an estimated $15.9 billion. Nearly 30% of Colorado's foreign-born residents have an advanced degree, and 21% of foreign-born Coloradans aged 25 and older with at least a bachelor's degree report being underemployed. The first topic for part 3 of the Working with New Americans series is managing. Let's identify some of the potential barriers while managing new Americans. First, communication. This includes general communication barriers, language barriers during training, and signage in the workplace. Second, unprepared supervisors and coworkers. Third, challenges in building community in the workplace. Fourth, transportation challenges. And fifth, rigid organizational structure and practices. In consideration of these barriers, let's review some potential cultural differences. First, power dynamics. It is established in some cultures that employees do not communicate with supervisors and upper management. I have personally experienced countless examples of new Americans telling me how new this concept is to them. Different approaches in power dynamics can also affect norms and approaches to customer service. Second, the administrative learning curve. Scheduling norms can be new for some cultures. Requesting time off, calling in sick, and changing weekly work schedules are all potentially new concepts for new Americans with different cultural backgrounds. The concept of performance management reviews may be completely new. Be prepared to fully explain the performance management purpose, process, and timeline. And know that the idea of requesting extra support or clarifying their understanding of a timeline or task may go against cultural norms. Third, justice in the workplace. If an issue arises, give space for all to be fairly heard. Fourth, workplace relationships. The differing cultural approaches to workplace relationships are nuanced, and we could speak at length about this topic. Some new Americans may take time to learn how to navigate their new workplace community and organizational structure. Fifth, diversity within groups versus homogeneous groups. As stated in the introduction during part 1, diverse teams need to be nurtured. If managed effectively, unique solutions and approaches have the power to positively affect efficiency and your bottom line. Also, just because someone may represent a different cultural background, do not assume that new Americans have a great deal of experience working on highly diverse teams. They too may need support. And sixth, time management. Be aware that many cultures have different approaches to time management. Many employers express the need for their employees to operate with a sense of urgency, that a 9:30 meeting begins exactly at 9:30, or the concept that time is money. While this approach to time management can be taught, do not assume that new Americans approach time in the same way. Models that have worked to address some of these barriers with cultural awareness include: first, communication. Use images and color coding for important workplace signage rather than word-heavy documents written only in English. Provide interpreters or a translation depending on the needs of the team and the seriousness of the topic that needs to be communicated. Second, build community. Some companies have hosted events at work or team building events. Other employers have encouraged supervisors or leadership to sit alongside new American employees during lunch breaks to build camaraderie. While these may seem simple or obvious, they can help folks feel seen and appreciated. Offer recognition by learning a word in their language, recognizing important cultural holidays, and by considering reviewing raise and bonus structures. Each of these examples can provide a significant impact without costing a significant amount of money. Third, justice in the workplace. Advance team members from different cultures. This gives other diverse staff members someone to look up to and a different avenue of trusted communication. Listen to all parties involved if miscommunication or an issue arises. Being heard and respected goes a long way. And fourth, consider an annual benefits review. Yes, traditional benefits like healthcare, 401ks, and sick leave are necessary, and there may be opportunities to offer unique benefits that could have a positive workplace culture impact at a low cost to the employer. Consider offering meals at work, flex schedules, and cross-training to support professional advancement. Or consider supporting childcare with transportation to and from work, or educational advancement. The following are action steps to consider to support the management of new American employees. Pay attention to team design. Compensate employees for utilizing their skills for interpretation. Offer extra or repeat training. Prepare your team with education and/or training about working on multicultural teams. Improve signage, and consider using images or color coding. Build community. Be inclusive, and honor your commitments. We will now shift to our final topic, upskilling. Potential barriers to consider with upskilling include language access, digital literacy, time availability, lack of network, recognized credentials, and transportation. While addressing these barriers, it is important to again operate with cultural awareness. The following are some cultural awareness cues to consider. First, professional advancement and strategic goal-setting norms in the US may not be practiced and understood by some cultures. Second, the US workforce learning curve. New Americans have to learn many things when adjusting to life in their new communities. This includes civic and social life and the workplace, which has its own culture. Not only does the US have workplace cultural norms, each company can have their own specific subcultures. Third, power dynamics. Many countries operate with high power distance, meaning entry-level workers have little to no practice communicating with supervisors and leadership. Therefore, asking questions about raises or more opportunities may be new and uncomfortable for new Americans. Just because they don't ask or behave the same as other US-born employees does not mean they are not also ambitious. New American cultures and backgrounds may lead them into a permission-seeking approach rather than a proactive approach to advancement. And fourth, previous experience. As stated in Part 2, credentials can go unlisted on resumes for a number of reasons. This includes the time and cost of US credential evaluation and a misunderstanding that foreign credentials and experience are not important. Here are some action steps to offer more inclusive upskilling opportunities for new American employees. First, consider covering the cost of an English learning program to supplement their job. There are many examples of this effort being successful and ultimately is a win for both the employer and the new American. This can be offered on-site or virtually. The Office of New Americans' virtual career-aligned English as a Second Language program offers employers virtual career and sector-specific English language classes to English language learners. This is free for employers and new Americans. Second, review internal communications practices. How and where are internal job opportunities posted? And are they translated? Third, offer cross-training opportunities. Some may need opportunities communicated directly. This can be due to language barriers and cultural differences in professional advancement. Fourth, the employer can proactively work to identify hidden talent internally. Review the background and work experience of existing new American employees. New Americans may have years of experience as an accountant or nurse, yet are working on a production line. A review of professional backgrounds can reveal current employees with years of specialized experience that employers were not aware of. Fifth, create advancement pathways and honor them. If you have an advancement pathway, clearly communicate and honor it. By not honoring established advancement pathways, it is likely that trust, community, and company culture can be damaged. Sixth, again, be proactive. Ask if a high-performing employee is interested in advancing and offer them goal-setting sessions with human resources or supervisors. And seventh, be flexible with work schedules so folks can attend English classes or professional development classes. Some companies have paid employees to attend on-site English classes. Our final slide for part 3 of the Managing and Upskilling webinar is a recap of what we have covered today. For managing, consider the following. Pay attention to team design, compensate for regular use of in-house interpretation, offer extra or repeat training, prepare your current team with the necessary training, address signage, and consider using images or color coding, build community, be inclusive, and honor your commitments. For upskilling, consider the following. Cover the cost of or pay for an employee's time to participate in an English learning program to supplement their job. Review internal communication practices. Offer cross-training opportunities. Identify hidden talent internally. Create advancement pathways and honor them. Be proactive and identify who is interested in advancing. And be flexible with work schedules so folks can attend classes that support their personal and professional advancement. If you have any questions, please use this QR code to reach out to the Office of New Americans. Thank you for viewing the Working with New Americans from Recruiting to Upskilling webinar series, and we look forward to supporting your next steps with outreach, hiring, managing, and advancing new Americans at your organization.